words are like assholes because everyone has an asshole. So the same thing, like everyone has words to say.
Yeah.
There's a reason that God gave you one mouth
And
and 2 ears. Yeah, because you have to listen more than you talk.
Talking about networking, it's all about building a meaningful relationship with people, right? So take your time, invest your time, be authentic, be there for the person, provide value, and trust me, you have a very, very, very good network moving on. Also, as he said, think about long term. Don't just think short term. Think long term. How this person is going to help you in 10 years. How being with this person will benefit both of you guys in 10 years. Because trust me, there's a saying that says your network is your wealth. So take it as you may and build your network.
If you network with bad people, it means you're gonna be a bad person too. If you hang out with 3 millionaires, you're gonna be the 4th millionaire, right? And if you hang out with 4 broke boys, you're gonna be the 5th.
That's
It's
very
exactly
true.
if you hang out with 5 cows, you're gonna be the 6th cow, man. Yeah. So networking is very important, and with good network,
Through my network that I achieved or through my network that I got a mentor as well. So guys, especially for our age, I'd say having a mentor is a good way to achieve your goals. Why do I say this? Because the same way you can look at networking, the same way you can look at a mentor, right? The route you want to take, someone else has probably taken it. So they know where. Welcome back to Make Your Own Destiny Talk, the podcast that empowers you to shape your future. In today's episode, we'll be talking about networking. Networking is important in today's world. With networking, you can be rich. With networking, you can advance in your career. With networking, you can achieve your goals. So in today's episode, we'll talk about the importance of networking, how to network, types of networking, and how networking can be a challenge. So ladies and gentlemen, buckle up and let's dive into the world of networking. As usual, my name is Monty. I'm back again with my co-host, Musa, and we're very happy to do this episode today because I think I've talked about networking a lot, and I'm glad that we saw the comments that people told us to talk about networking, so we've decided to just dive deep into the world of networking and see what's up in networking. How can networking help you? How networking can help me? Where can we go with networking? But before we go on, some people might not know what networking is, and it's understandable. Not everyone knows everything. So Musa, let's ask you to give us a good definition of what is networking.
Networking, as the word itself is, networking involves building network. And building network, I'm talking about knowing different kind of people in different areas. And so that's networking in a nutshell.
But funny thing is, as we dive into the world of networking, as we look at different aspects of networking, as an individual, you'll understand the definition, the actual definition of networking. And if you did understand, please comment down below networking. Oh, and by the way, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channels. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think let's just give them a second to just go subscribe.
Moment of silence. Okay.
Moment of silence. Yes, and welcome back to Make Your Own Destiny. Thank you so much for subscribing. And if you haven't, please go back and subscribe. So, let's talk about the importance of networking. How important is networking? How important is it to have a network? On my side, I'd say like with a good network, I can't stress enough to look at how many opportunities will come by in your life through a good network. I can't stress enough by talking about where you can go in life when you have a good network. Yeah. As you said, the definition of networking is like basically knowing people in different areas, right? So when you look at it, it's if I'm looking for a job and I know someone that is, let's say, okay, cool, there's no jobs right now, but then I already have my network. I already have people in high hierarchies, yeah. Let's say maybe in a good company. So if there's a job with that good network, someone will just give me a call like, oh, like, hey Monty, like there's a job here. So that's just one way you can look how important networking is, right? Like through a good network, you can just get a good job. I mean, how many people do we know don't have to go through all the stress of going through an interview? It doesn't matter where you look at it. It could be a school, could be a job. People don't really do this. With a good network is 2 phone calls. Yes, hi, I'm looking for a job. I'm looking for a school. Okay, enrolled. You have a job. You have a school, right? So that someone might look at it like it's a disadvantage to them or to someone, but to be honest, you can't really blame them because whoever had that network worked for it. It might be through going for a couple of drinks, through food, through family. That's still a network. So, I mean, if I had a network myself, I just still call someone and not to do all the hard stuff and just call someone like, oh, hi, can you just do this for me? Because I have my network. Why should I stress?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's another important way to look at network. Like, with a good network, you can be efficient, and you're like the time can go smoothly, right?
Yeah.
So instead of me going through all the procedures of going through an interview or like looking for this, looking for that, I can just call someone and my network is going to provide me with that. With a good range of network, yeah. Let me just give you a simple example. Say I met someone who has a good career, who, let's say, is in my niche, and someone like I can look up to because he's doing what I'm doing or she's doing what I'm doing or I want to do in the future. So you can look at it as if like this. So let's say we met and we went for a couple of drinks, or we went for food, or we met somewhere, right? But I still kept in contact with them, right? So the more we talk, obviously, the more we're gonna know each other. So you can look at this person as a mentor. So that's another way to look at it. Like, I'm working, I'm studying, or I'm doing this, but then through my network that I achieved, or through my network that I got a mentor as well. So guys, so especially for our age, I'd say having a mentor is a good way to achieve your goals. Why do I say this? Because the same way you can look at networking, the same way you can look at a mentor, right? The route you want to take, someone else has probably taken it. So they know where not to go. For example, I might be traveling, right? I want to go to, let's say, to America. America's a long distance from Tanzania.
Yeah.
So let's say I asked like Musa, who's already been to America, what's the shortest route to take? Or if I feel like I know everything, I'm just going to go take a route that you never know. It could be a long route or it could be a short route. But then end of the day, if I ask Musa, that means I've saved my time by going on a shorter route to America, right?
True.
So that's how you can look at having a mentor as well. You take shorter routes in achieving your goals because they've already went through what we want to go through. So that's just some of the importance of networking to look at. But obviously, I feel like there's more to it.
I cannot stress enough to people about the importance of network. You know, especially in the country that we live in, it's all about who you know.
Yeah.
Right. So if you know people in different places, it means your life is gonna be much easier than if you don't know anyone. Even in business, you know, business is all about contacts. It's about contacts and networks, right? So, for example, I'm doing business today and something bad happens, or I need a lawyer. If I have a good network, I've networked with a lot of people, I can just take my phone and just call a lawyer right here. And networking is very important. And there's a saying which says that you have to network with good people, right? Because if you network with bad people, it means you're going to be a bad person too. If you hang out with 3 millionaires, you're going to be the 4th millionaire, right? And if you hang out with 4 broke boys, you're going to be the 5th. That's exactly true. If you hang out with 5 cows, you're going to be the 6th cow, man. Yeah. So networking is very important. And with good network, even if you go broke, right? Even if you go bankrupt, but you have good network, you come back, it's going to be very easy because your network is still going to be there. Yeah. And when you started talking, you talked about networking can even help you when you want to find a school. You just make one call and you get in. Yeah. And I can give you one example. When I was in secondary school, yes, I once got into school without anything, without interview. I did nothing, and I still managed to get into that school. Why? Just because of networking. Because someone who was trying to get me into that school, he knew the owners of that school. So it was a very, very easy process for me. And otherwise, if I use a different route, if I didn't use the network, it probably could have took me a long time. And talking about networking, 2 days ago, you remember we went to a media station, right? We went to a media station and we just entered at the gate. The security guard, he tried to stop us entering inside that station. Yeah. You remember?
Yeah, I do remember.
We just had to make one phone call to someone who was inside, who we knew because of our network. And everything was easy for us. Yeah. Otherwise, if we didn't have network, it could have been so hard.
Yeah, it would have been so hard.
Yeah. Another example, we tried to reach a very big musician right here in Tanzania. Yeah. And then man, this is actually very funny. And then you're like, he has his number on the bio. Let's just take his number and call him.
Best believe I tried to call the person and it's like, who's this? And then the call. But then we went home.
Yeah. And then we went home, and then we asked someone who knew that guy personally.
Yeah.
And it was very easy. Just called him. Like, they made 2-3 stories. Like, hey, how are you doing? How is your girlfriend? How is the family? So I have my people from my family here. They want to come to your house, and they want to do a show with you. And then he was like, no worries, just come. 2 days later, just come. Right? It was very easy for us just because of network, man. Even in our religious books, there's a story, there's a hadith. I don't remember who narrated it, but it's a hadith. It says that if you hang out with someone who sells perfume,
Yeah.
and you're always with that guy, you are rolling with him, going places with him, obviously you'll start smelling perfume. The same thing if you hang out with someone who sells charcoal, right? Automatically, even if you're white,
You'll become black.
yeah, you can become black. Yeah. And I don't mean to be racist here. I'm black myself, so but that's the honest truth, man.
Yeah. So just utilize your network. I mean, with your network, you can get far places, man. Just utilize it. As we said, we explained a few stories, explained a few importances of networking. It's funny the way you look at it, because so with the network, like maybe for example that I could just maybe make it just a phone call and get to someone so easily, right? But someone else might want to get to the same person, will take a whole year to get to that person. But with the right network, you'll get there within a few seconds. Because just remember, everyone's just a human being at the end of the day. You might look at Elon Musk like as a very, very big person, can be hard to get to. Obviously for us, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
But then for someone who knows Elon, it's just one call like, oh hey Elon, we need to do a podcast with you. So it's just things that are easy. So utilize your network, build your network, and you'll be the person that just makes that one phone call, gets whoever person you want to get to.
Yeah. And also, if you know smart people, it's gonna help you to share the knowledge with you. It's very easy to learn about different stuffs. So for example, if I want to learn about podcasting, right?
Yeah.
I will have to find someone who is doing podcast.
Like
and
Musa.
And try to network
Like
with them.
Musa.
Yeah, it's gonna be very, very, very,
Like
very
Musa.
easy. Like Musa. Which Musa are you talking about?
Stepa Musa.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I get a point. So it's gonna be very easy. And also, with a good network, you're gonna be recommended into very nice places. You're gonna be recommended into opportunities. Yeah. There are a lot of importance of networking, and also, networking can build self-confidence.
Okay.
Yeah. You can just become confident by just meeting new people, networking with them, talking with them all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It develops even your communication skills.
That's very
So I cannot stress enough about networking. So if you're there, you're probably maybe you're shy or you are an introvert. Just try. No one was born knowing how to network.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
everything.
we'll dive into how to network as well, so right?
Yeah. Everything you can learn. So it's very important to network in your career, in your life, in business wise, in sports. So yeah, you can just go there, network, find people who have common interest with you. If you like to play football, just go to the football pitch. You find people there, you'll network. If you like playing golf, just go to a golf club. If you like fitness,
Go to the gym.
sign up to the gym. Yeah, you'll meet people with same common interest as you. And also when you're networking, everyone you meet has something that they know that you don't know.
I mean, everyone has value in life.
Yeah. So one most important thing when you are networking with people, you should not just look on their financial statement, or if they are rich, or if they are at bigger places in life. It is important, but it's not everything, you understand? So you can find someone who is in a low place, but they know something that you don't know.
That's very true.
So if you network with them, you're going to learn something from them. So it's very important to take that into consideration if you're considering to network with different kind of people. So we already talked about the importance of networking and importance of building a network. One thing about networking, when you're networking with people, it means you are building relationships with people. Some people might consider networking as just meeting people and taking their contacts, but it's not the only thing. Like if you take someone's contact, it doesn't mean that you have networked with them.
Yeah.
If I meet you, I'm like, Munti, give me your contact. I have your contact in my phone. Then what?
Yeah.
I have network with you. So there are very important stuffs that you need to consider when you're networking. Like you need to know how to build relationships with people who you are networking with, right? And the easiest way to build relationships with people, first of all, you have to be authentic. Because if I'm networking with you and I want to be your friend and I want you to be in my cycle, I have to be authentic with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm fake, I'm acting fake to you, you will notice. Because you cannot fake authenticity. I got to have very pure intentions with you when I'm networking with you.
I think that's what people misunderstand. They think, obviously, from the start, we didn't say it. People just think that because I have someone's number, or because I met you somewhere, that means I can just call you one time, like, oh, hi, can I get into that school? Like, hi, can I get a job?
Yeah.
It's not like that. I mean, having a network, as you said, you have to have a relationship with someone.
Yes.
So when you have someone's number, or when you want to consider someone in your network, talk to them. I mean, end of the day, your network is your friends, or your friend is your network. You look the same way. You can just look at how you're speaking. There's this network is your friend, and your friend is your network. For you to have a good network, you have to talk to people. You have to maintain a relationship. You have to understand that it's just not a one-way thing. Like, just because you want something, you have to go to them. You have to, like, at least provide value to them, that, okay, you as a person, you're worthy to be in that person's network, or he is worthy to be in your network. So don't look at it as if, like, I have your number, that's my network. No, that's not that's not the case.
Yeah, exactly. And there's this one book that I read. It also explains the importance of networking, right? So if you're in a social gathering and you want to network with people, the most important thing that you can do is to listen. If you are someone who just likes to talk all the time, you will annoy people. You have to listen to what others have to say, and you have to listen with pure intention and with pure authenticity. You understand? So you already know what you know. So the best thing is
taking more.
Yeah, to take in more, taking from other people. Know what people have to say, taking their ideas.
I mean, talking about people who just go somewhere and just likes talking. There's a saying that you told me once about people who like to talk. What was it again? Please just maybe tell the audience.
Yeah,
they can understand it. So.
First of all, talk is cheap.
Yeah.
Anyone can talk, and words are free.
Yeah. Blah blah blah.
You can just say blah blah blah, unlimited number of words. And the saying that says, like, words are like assholes, because everyone has an asshole. So the same thing, like, everyone has words to say.
Yeah.
There's a reason that God gave you one mouth and two ears. Yeah. He gave you one mouth and 2 ears, probably because you have to listen more than you talk. If you're someone who likes to talk all the time, it's very easy to make mistakes, and it's very easy to talk rubbish if all you do is just talking. You have to listen when you want to build long-lasting relationships. Talk.
When also talking about building a relationship, you have to also consider, like, a two-way street. It has to be a two-way street. Just because you have someone who's rich and you have them in your network, or you have their number, doesn't just mean, like, you just have to call them, ask for favors. Ask them what they want, because not everyone. Okay, cool. As we said before, just because you don't have a good financial statement doesn't mean that you don't have value to provide, right?
Yeah.
Provide some value. Show them how you're worthy, because end of the day, just because we said that you can just call someone and get into a job or get to school, doesn't mean that if you just call the person, it's just going to give you a job. They have to see first, are they worthy of this job?
Yes.
Do they have value? So show them your value. And best way to build a relationship, or the best way to build your network, is to show how much value you have. Because end of the day, that one person that said is going to call you for that job isn't just going to call you because there's a job. They're going to call you because, oh, Musa is very good at this. So Musa, please, can you come work here? For someone to ask you that, you should just take it with very, very utter respect, because they consider to everyone you have the most value to provide. So provide value when building a relationship, and you'll see how far you can go. So make it a two-way street. Let them, whatever they have, that's why you wanted them in your network. But for you, show them your value. Show them why you should be their friend, or show them why they should consider you as a network. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. You also need to invest time in relationships. This is very, very, very important. You have to invest time. As we know, time is the most limited resource that we have. So if you invest time in any kind of relationship, in any kind of network that you're networking with people, it's going to show people that you really value that relationship. After taking someone's contact, after meeting someone, let's say at the gym or at the golf club, take time. You have to be consistent.
Yeah.
You understand? So if I have a contact in my phone and I don't use it and I don't follow up, I don't
Yeah.
check on them, I don't maybe text them, let's say on social media.
That's not really a network.
Yeah, that's not really your network.
I mean, I was speaking to someone yesterday. I had a meeting. What's so funny is that we should be glad of the culture we live in, right? Because
Yeah,
our
yeah.
culture, it's very easy to talk to someone. Our culture is very easy to bond with someone. But they were telling me actually, this person is Chinese, right?
Yeah.
He was telling me that they're so glad to come to Tanzania because when they're in Tanzania, it's very easy to network with people. It's very easy to talk to someone and have a relationship just from the time we meet. You know what I'm trying to say? Obviously,
Yeah.
we talk about building consistent, having a constant relationship. That's how you make a better network. But for them, they say in China, for you to consider a network,
Yeah.
they have something called jackets. You know, in someone you go out, you have a lot of jackets because it's so cold. That's how they consider it in China, because they say that for you to even get someone's number, you have to go for drinks, you have to go for food. So they have to take out one jacket from another, one jacket, until you can get their shirt, and then that's when you consider having them as a friend. So I feel like for the people that are watching or the people that are listening, you should be happy with the culture that we have. That it's very easy to be someone's friend, unlike other countries where you have to take a lot of time for someone to even consider you a friend. So just build that relationship. I mean, invest your time if you want it to be a good relationship. I mean, for someone to, as you said, you have to be authentic, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if you
yeah.
feel like you want to be authentic with someone, it's gonna take time. Same as a relationship. In a relationship, you just don't become someone's boyfriend or girlfriend within 10 seconds. It takes time. Same way as a network. Take your time, and trust me, you have a very, very good network from there.
Yeah, yeah. And also, if you're networking, you should not think short term. You know, if you have a short term mindset when you're building a relationship, it means your relationship will also be short term. So you have to think long term. You have to think long term. You have to think, okay, I have this contact. How will this contact be valuable to me in 5 years, in 10 years, right? You should not just think, okay, I have a need right now and then it's over.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah. So you have to think long term. You have to build a long lasting relationship with people who you meet. You never know down the road how they're going to help you, or not just help you, or how you're going to help them. You know, there's a Swahili proverb which says that, you know, mountains never meet, but people meet. So if you have a network, a good network, you'll meet them somewhere else. So you have to keep it for long-term purpose, not just think of tomorrow.
So in conclusion, talking about networking, it's all about building a meaningful relationship with people, right? So take your time, invest your time, be authentic, be there for the person, provide value, and trust me, you have a very, very, very good network moving on. Also, as you said, think about long term. Don't just think short term. Think long term. How this person is going to help you in 10 years. How being with this person will benefit both of you guys in 10 years. Because trust me, there's a saying that says your network is your wealth. So take it as you may and build your network. So when you look at types of networking, let's go straight to the one that everyone uses or everyone gains their network by. It's in-person networking, right? I mean, I'm sure you can agree. I'm sure you can agree, right?
Yeah, yeah.
In-person networking comes in a lot of ways. It could be at work. It could be at the gym. It could be at the bar. It could be in the club. It could be wherever you want to think about. It could be through a car accident. It could be through, like, building a network doesn't come just because you met someone. That's when you met someone officially. That means they have your network. Funny enough is, you could have an accident with someone, or you get in a car accident with someone, or you could maybe go through a trouble together. Boom. Build the relationship, you have a network. Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
So right now we're going to explain the tips and strategies to help you take the most of these opportunities when you have them, and how you can leave and consider having, let's say, a start in the relationship. So apart from the other ways that we talked about, like gym, and obviously other ways that you can meet someone, let's talk about the formal ones. For example, networking events, or a dinner, you know, any type of formal event you can think about, right? Before you go there, obviously prepare yourself beforehand, because if you're going to go to an official dinner, you obviously know that you're going to go meet people who are important, right? You're going to go meet people with a higher network. You're going to meet people with a good net worth. You're going to meet people with good knowledge that you can understand from, or be your mentor one day. So before you go, prepare yourself. Who's going to be here? How am I going to approach this person? How am I going to have this person in my contacts by the end of the day? Because as we said, relationships or a network starts by having someone's contacts. From there, that's when you can build a relationship. So that's one way you can look at, or that's one strategy you can look at before going to a formal event that you know they're going to be important people they're going to go meet. Obviously, prepare yourself beforehand.
If you know you're going to go to a place where you're gonna meet different people. As we all know, it's universal. People are going to judge the book by its cover.
Yeah.
You cannot go somewhere dressed like a freak and expect people to treat you like a king. You have to watch how you present yourself. You have to watch your cover. So whenever you're going to meet people and network, you have to know the theme of that event. So you have to dress accordingly. Understand? So maybe you're meeting people at the beach. So you have to take your beach wear. You cannot just go at the beach with your suit and your Jordan 1s.
Yeah.
People are gonna look at you like, this guy is crazy. So if you're going to a all white party, it means you have to wear white.
Yeah.
So you have to know what to dress so that people can take you seriously. And the first thing when I meet people, this is what I do. When I meet a new person, the first thing that I'll do, I'll have a very firm handshake, like, yeah, and then I'll look at you like dead in the eye, like, hi, my name is Musa, right? And then I'll listen. Nice to meet you, Monty. My name is Musa, right? And then I'll ask you, what's your name, right? And you're gonna tell me Monty, and then I'm gonna address you by your name. So, and also I'll be like very, very confident. I don't want to seem weak. I don't want to seem like a little bitch, and then just come to you and trembling and scared and stuff like that. So this is very important because you only have one chance to make a first impression, and you lose it, and that's how people are gonna take you.
It's gone.
Yeah. So you have to be very, very careful when you're meeting people. First impression is like a hook.
It's like strong hook.
Yeah. It's a very, very strong hook, and it's how you're introducing yourself in a sense. So yeah, should be ready, and you should also have like a pitch. You should prepare a pitch. You'll be like, okay, this is my pitch. Whenever I meet a new person, this is how I'm going to introduce myself. So you should have it. You should have it in your mind. It's not necessarily that you must have one pitch. You can have like 3-4 different pitches, but just make sure all the pitch, they introduce you, who you are, what you do, what value can you provide to those people.
I mean, one way to say what value you can provide is by going to somewhere. If you're gonna, obviously, I will talk about the beach or dinner or formal event. Carry a business card. Carry what you do. And I think people underestimate business cards. Business card. Let's say, I feel like I've seen this a lot because not everyone has the time to have the handshake. Not everyone has the time to have the 1 minute, 2 minute conversations. The best way and the shortest, simple, effective way to show someone how much value you have is giving someone your business card.
Exactly.
Because by this way, you just show who you are, and someone like, oh, this business card is worth keeping, right? Carry your business card because that's the shortest way. You can just show someone that this is the value I can provide to you. Oh, this is what I do. Or this is my name. Or this is the number you can call me at. So that's another good way to just look at. If you think people don't have the time to obviously have the 2 minute conversation, because not everyone has the time. Time is money.
Yeah, it's true.
People have places to be.
It's 2023, man, that we're living right now. Almost everything is digital. We talk about business card. Even business cards are digital in a sense. So you also have to watch what kind of events that you're going. For example, if I'm going to network with millennials, with young people, you understand? So I won't just go there and like, yo, this is my business card. I'm gonna sound like, oh man, this guy is too weird, right? Yeah. How I network with my fellow peers, I'll just ask someone like, hey, what's your Instagram? Or hey, what's your LinkedIn? You understand? That's a very, very easy way to network apart from asking for a business card. I'm not saying business cards are not important, but they are very important. The aim of the business card is just to get someone contact. You understand? So, and there are a lot of ways that you can get contact, not just by business card.
Yeah.
There are a lot of business cards these kind of days. I remember one day I sent you that website that offers different kinds of business card.
Yeah.
I saw this kind of business card, man. It was very interesting. It's just a ring, bro. It's a ring, in a sense. So if I take that ring, it has all my contact details. In a sense. So if I meet someone, instead of giving them my business card, right? I can just take my ring and touch their phone.
Boom. It's done.
Eventually, all my details are gonna be transferred on their phone, right? Man, technology
it's crazy. It's going crazy.
Yeah. It's crazy and it's amazing. You don't have to waste someone's time, bro. When you're networking with someone, especially in person, you have to go straight to the point. Explain who you are. As I said, you must have an elevator pitch. All this is to save someone's time. Some people, man, they like talking, bro. You meet
Yeah.
someone, you just introduce yourself to them for the aim of just networking, and they'll stand there, talk for 1 hour, talk about themselves for 1 hour, man. It's boring. Especially if you meet someone from the south, bro, and just tell them, yeah, my name is Monty, you're done. They'll talk for 1 hour and then you get bored.
Yeah.
So
don't bore someone as well.
yeah, don't bore someone. You have to respect people's time. So you have to make sure your introduction is quick and fast and straight to the point.
But I mean, guys, that's in-person networking. When you move on, obviously, as you're talking about, there's social media, right? Especially in our generation, we don't really consider business cards. But if you look at it right now, we have online networking. And how can you online network? I mean, most people who have made it in life, or most people who are older than us, or most people who have achieved something in their career, they do have social media. I mean, funny enough, I'd say a high percentage if they have social media, right? So that's one way to network. If you think someone is worthy to you or someone can provide value in your life, go social media. Go to their social media accounts. We have LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the most professional place where people can network, because that's where people usually post what they do. It's like a business card, but it's like an online form of business card, right?
Yeah.
Have a professional picture, say yourself what you do as a business card. Set your business card online, do it there, and connect with people. Funny enough, that's what they call it. They say connect. So connect with people, and from there, I'd say you have a network, right? Because that's how LinkedIn looks at it. As soon as you connect with someone, you have a network. They usually tell you, send a chat to this person so that you look like you have a network. So that's one way to look at LinkedIn. But another way is to look at social media platforms. We have Instagram. People, obviously, not everyone uses Instagram for business uses or professional uses, but that's fine. Sometimes through a network, you can understand someone through their personal life, because this is the value they provide. This is how I can understand someone. This is how I can look at this person and they can provide this type of value in my life. We have Instagram, we have Twitter, and Twitter you can look at in different ways. Twitter, people usually, I feel like businessmen or people who have some sort of value like going on Twitter to talk things they've gone through, things they want people to achieve, or their careers. So use these social media platforms to online network and understand other people through LinkedIn. But I would say the most professional one is LinkedIn. But obviously, if you want to know someone in their personal life, obviously go through the other social media platforms like Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. But also, take it how you may. There's business accounts, even in LinkedIn. Some people use LinkedIn for personal uses, but it's funny. But create a LinkedIn account and see how it can develop you as a person in achieving your goals or getting a good network. I myself have a LinkedIn. If you guys want to follow me on my LinkedIn, I'll put in my bio on my Instagram. Go follow my LinkedIn. Let's connect. Let's talk. Let's network.
So just talked about how to network online. At this age that we live, it's social media age, right? A lot of people are using social media and a lot of people are on their phones. And the statistic shows that normal person can spend, let's say, up to 4 hours on their phone. Like a phone has become the most important thing in people's life.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes you can be sick, but you won't be shocked as much as when you don't see your charger, right? Because a phone is something that connects you to the world. It's something that helps you to network with everyone, right? For example, myself, I can say I've met more people online than I've met people in person, right? For example, on my Instagram, that's why I meet different kind of people. Let's say right now I want to meet someone who is doing marketing. What's the first thing that I'll do? I won't just go down the street, or I won't just go straight to the gym and start asking, hey, do you do marketing? Do you do this? Do you do that? I'll go online. Right? And I'll go online and I'll find people who are doing marketing. So I'm going to emphasize on people to build their online presence, because it's the way that you can connect and meet a lot of people at once. So if you like using Instagram or LinkedIn, as Monty said, you have to make sure your profile is nice. You have to make sure you explain what you do in a profile, and whatever you post, just make sure they align with your values. So if you are a Forex trader, let's say, just make sure you are posting stuffs about Forex so that you can network with people who are like-minded like you. Let's say if you are an Instagram model, right? Then just post stuffs that can make you network with people who needs model. right?
Yeah.
And make sure on your profile you explain what you do. You have your contact right there. You have your website on how people can find you, and it's very easy. Online people can fake a lot of stuff. So just make sure you're authentic. Your profile is authentic. You don't do that Photoshop stuff. You Photoshop your ass. Maybe if you're a model, just make sure everything that you do is authentic. And for you to reach so many people online, especially online, you have to utilize also hashtags. You can also do marketing online. You can promote your page to meet different kind of people. Let's say you're a photographer. You can reach different kind of photographers. You can message them. You can DM them. You can run ads. You can target other photographers so that they can know what you're doing. They can contact you. That's a very easy way to network, is through digital platforms. It's very important, and it's very easy, very fast, and very cheap than even in-person connections. We talked about how important is the first impression is, right? So for you to be able to do a very strong and lasting first impression, you need to have your own elevator pitch. You need to know how to introduce yourself. You need to know how to highlight your skills in a very short form, so that, let's say, in one sentence or two, someone already know who you are without having to explain so much, right? And people get bored so easily. We talked about attention spans. Saying, if you remember when you are posting like videos on TikTok, most people were not watching our videos because they have very short attention span. So if you come to me and I tell you, hey, Monty, explain to me about ChatGPT. If your explanation is not strong, if you don't have a strong hook, just in 3 seconds, I won't be interested with you anymore. How many times do you go on TikTok and you see a video, just about 2 seconds, you scroll it up. So in your elevator pitch, when you are introducing yourself to people, you should make sure your hook, like when you're beginning to introduce yourself, has to be very, very strong, so that it can get people hooked, get people engaged, and get people interested in what you have to say. And also make sure you highlight your skills. You don't have to go deep. Most people don't even care about what you're talking about. If you're introducing yourself, you have to go straight to the point. Go straight to what value you're going to provide. Don't just like beat around the bush and start explaining things which are not important to that kind of person who you are meeting with.
I mean, as you said, elevator pitch is key when you want to meet someone. So I'd say have your elevator pitch ready at all times, because you never know at what point you might have to use it. As I said, it could be through a car accident, it could be through a dinner, it could be at the club. Just have it ready. You never know. You could network with someone at the weirdest places, but just have it ready. I mean, you don't have to like write it down. Just say, this is me. This is how I'm going to approach someone if I want to network with someone. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So note it down. I mean, if you're to meet Elon Musk right now, what would you tell him? Right, you don't know. So go prepare right now. Then that's how you know, like, this, I'm prepared.
Yeah. It's true.
But also moving on, not only speaking, you should be able to listen to someone. You should be able to, as you talk about authentic listening, right?
Yeah.
You should be able, when you're listening to someone, just don't wait until you want to hear what you want to hear. Listen to everything they have to say, because they might say something that you didn't expect them to say, and then that could be your chance of you guys connecting.
Yeah.
So when you're listening to someone, have that authentic ear. Just listen to everything they're saying, because you're being authentic, because one of the key strategies of having a good network is being authentic to people. So use your ears authentically, be an authentic listener, and you understand more. As you said, everyone has blah blah blah. I don't want to say it, but then be an authentic listener and understand what someone wants to say to you. It's not always just talking yappa yappa, right?
Yeah, yappa yippee. It's not good. So when you're meeting people, you have to focus on listening. Listen to what they have to say. Like, focus on the speaker. Someone who's speaking, just focus on them. Be genuinely interested in what they have to say. People like to be listened, right? So yeah, focus on the speaker. Ask questions.
Ask open-end questions.
Yeah. Ask open-end questions and be genuinely interested in what other people have to say.
Because by this way, you would actually understand the details more. And when you understand the details more, is when one day you're thinking of something, or you're going through something, or you want to do something with someone, you remember the small detail that this person told you, and you're gonna use that small detail will maybe help you gain millions, or that small detail will help you gain a lot of understanding in a certain topic. For example, let's say someone was talking about what they're doing, right? But then you didn't want to hear what they're doing because you thought it was boring. Let's say the person's an editor, right? Maybe you just didn't care. But then one day you have a video they want to edit. That small detail that they talked about, maybe they say they use Adobe, right? So a small detail that they said is what you're gonna say. Oh, Musa, I remember you said you use this. Can you help me with this? You see, guys. So just listen, understand what they're trying to say, because you never know when you might want to use it.
The keyword here is listen. Just shut up and listen. After you have networked, you have listened, you have done all the steps that we have just explained to you. You should also follow up with the person. Don't just leave it hanging like that. You never know. In the future, just through that one person, you're gonna get a lot of other opportunities. So it's very important to listen and follow up with people that you have networked with. Don't just keep a contact in a contact list to spoil and get dust, like Manchester United's trophy cabinet. You get what I'm trying to say? Some people, they will get your contact and they will never text you. They will never call you. They'll never do anything. They will never do any kind of effort, you understand? Until you can find your contact has cobwebs, man, in their phone.
That's true.
Yeah, that's why I said about like Manchester United cabinet. Have you seen the trophy cabinet of Manchester United? Have you seen it?
Can you guys see it? Can you see it? Can you guys see it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Can you guys see it?
I haven't seen it.
You guys can see it, right? You can see how many there is, right? Can you see it?
Oh, yeah. My point is, there are trophies in the cabinet, but there's cobwebs because they have been there for a very long time. Like, no one is checking them. No one is following up with them, you understand? And there are no any new additions to that cabinet. You understand? That's my point. My point, I didn't say you don't have trophies. There are trophies. The same way, like you can have 1,000 contacts, but you're not using them. You're not adding any new contacts. You're not following up with them. You understand? They're gonna spoil.
This co-host sometimes is funny. Please, Man United fans, talk to this guy.
Yeah, Man United just lost 2-0 to Newcastle 2 days ago. Was it 2 days or 3 days ago?
But also, moving on, comes to networking, guys. We talked about not having a short-term mentality. Think long-term. I think that's for everything. For example, guys, if you look at having a YouTube channel or our podcast, I'll give you a simple example. You can just go to our podcast. Right now, people might look at our podcast and say that, oh, our podcast is not doing numbers, or our podcast is not good, or our podcast is not doing anything. Come back in a certain period of time and see if you're gonna see the same numbers, because we started 2 months ago, and with the help of you guys, we reached 100 subscribers. Someone who came 2 months ago say we have 0 subscribers and was like laughing at us, but then now, because of long term, I mean, it's not gonna already consider long term, but then just looking at it in a way is after some time they came back and saw, 100 subscribers is the same way of looking at network. Don't think about short term that, because today I'm just gonna call them. No, think about long term, after 2 years, after 1 year, after a month, after 10 months. That's how you should look at it. Don't just look at it as a simple thing that, hi, within a short period of time, this guy's gonna make me a billionaire. That's not how it works. You start baby steps. You start by making hundreds, thousands, millions, 10 millions, 100 millions, until you get somewhere where you want to reach. But your network is your worth. So build that long-term network and just don't look at it in a short-term way, right?
Just don't have a very short-term mindset, because you cannot build anything significant if your mindset is short-term. So you have to think years ahead. Even us right here doing this podcast, we don't think like, okay, we're gonna do this podcast for 1 year. No, we think about 10 years. So we're here to stay. We'll be here. We'll be providing value every single week, every single month.
So don't worry, guys. There's a lot of content coming for you guys. As long as you guys are with us, we'll be with you guys. There'll be a community coming up. It's all about you guys, because we're together. This is our community now.
Subscribe, like this video. And actually, this topic was actually suggested by someone on Instagram. Just follow our Instagram at MOD Podcast. Someone came to one of our videos and commented like, hey, can you please talk about networking? We didn't know. Most people don't know how to network. So
Yeah.
anything that you guys want to hear about, want us to talk about it, just comment down below. You know, saying as long as it's not bipolar, it's not controversial. You know, we cannot come here and start talking about gender stuff, or we cannot come here and start talking about LGBTQ stuff. You know, saying
LGBTQ.
LGBTQ. Is it LGBTQ?
LGBTQ.
What's the Q? What's the Q for?
I don't know. I
Queen?
generally don't know.
Queen? You guys just comment down below. What's the LGBT? What's the LGBTQ about? You know? Yeah. But anyways, as we said, we cannot just come and talk about those controversial stuff.
We're here to provide value that will help you in your career.
Yeah.
Shape your future. I mean, our motto is the podcast that empowers you to shape your future. So, guys, we're here to do that, not other things.
You know, so as we said, me and Monty and all our team here at MOD Podcast, we check comments. You understand? And we have also hired some people to check comments, to reply to comments, to post. You understand? Also, even us, we read every single comment. As you know, on YouTube, on Instagram, all your comments have been answered. And I even go out of my way. We like your comments. So whatever topic you want to hear, just comment down below. Anything that we want us to talk about, anything that's challenging, anything that you don't understand, we'll do our research. You know, we spend a lot of hours doing research of this kind of stuff. We can spend 10 hours just doing research, just to make sure that the value that you're going to provide is very nice for you guys. And, you know, most people, they cannot network.
Why?
Because they face different kind of challenges. You know, some people, they'll be so anxious. You know, actually, I'm a victim of this. Even me before, because I'm an introvert. I couldn't network because I was so anxious. Whenever I meet people, I was like, okay, what can I talk to this person? I was so worried of being wrong when talking to people. But then it's very easy. I had to overcome this. And you just have to learn. You just have to learn how to approach people, how to overcome your anxiety. Yeah, you'll be good at it. Like right now, I can literally talk to anyone. I know you remember when we were in Qatar, and we had to go down the streets and sell tickets to people. You understand? We could approach even 10 people, 20 people. We didn't care because no one was anxious.
Yeah.
Then we could network with anyone. Go to this person, do it. So the best way, you have to face your fears. You know, if you're anxious, just do it. Do it repeatedly. Do it first time. At first time when you network with someone, you might be wrong, you might be anxious. Just think about the end results. What could possibly go wrong? So if you follow someone, maybe if you want to network with someone, let's say who has a Lamborghini, just go to a Lamborghini event, just go and just talk to them. What they're gonna say? Hey man, I don't have time right now. Then what? There are a lot of people.
You're not gonna lose anything.
Yeah, you're not gonna lose anything at the end of the day. So the best way to deal with your anxiety is just by doing it. Keep doing it, keep approaching people, keep networking. Just follow the steps that we just analyzed in this podcast today. Yeah, you'll be good.
But also, I mean, when you look at the challenges of people, how to network is people feel overwhelmed when they go to a large networking event. Someone might just feel like, oh, there's a lot of people here. But I'd say the best way to just look at this is preparing yourself, obviously. As we said, prepare your speech or prepare who you want to talk to. Just choose, let's say, 2-3 people. I mean, you don't need everybody at the end of the day. So just choose the people you want to go to. It could be 3 people, and then just look at other people. I mean, that's one technique. I remember when you want to talk to someone face to face, they say, if you can't hack eye contact, they say look in the middle of, in between their eyes. That way, you're not looking at anyone's eye. I mean, just by looking at it, just right now, could be looking in your eyes. You could think that I'm looking in your eyes, but really and truly, I'm just looking in between your eyes. So that's another hack you could use to when you're trying to eye contact with someone. So just prepare the people you want to go talk to. Then just don't look at other people. Just feel like other people are just random people that you don't want to know and you don't want to look at them. Just prepare your people. This is the number of people I want to go talk to. That's another way to just overcome feeling overwhelmed when going to talk to people.
Yeah. It's very challenging, you know, how to network, and you can also feel very tired. You know, sometimes you can say, okay, I have all these people in my contact list. How can I network with all this? You know, most of the time it results to, you know, like fatigue. So there's actually a lot of ways to overcome that. For example, I have a lot of contacts, bro. If you check my phone, I have more than 20,000 contacts, and I want to network with all of those kind of people because I have services to sell. I have things that I want to market to them. So right now the technology has developed, so I don't have to go and start messaging one person by another.
Yeah.
I can just have an email list. I can create an email list or a contact list. I can just send one message to all of them. Yeah, one same message. In just one click, it can reach 10,000 people. So you should use technology to your advantage when you're following up. Just follow up the messages, use email marketing, create WhatsApp groups or WhatsApp broadcast list. If you have one message, send it to all of them. So you can do that on weekly basis or on monthly basis. Yeah. All of that is just to make networking easy for you, because most people really struggle with this, and it's very, very easy, and it's not something that you should be worried about. You should be struggling. With the right tools, you can do it.
I think the best way to put it is networking is also a skill. So it's not like, as you said before, like networking, you're not born with networking, right? So it's a skill that you can develop by learning. You can listen to our podcast. You can ask us, you can DM us and ask how to network on, maybe I'm going through this. How can you help me networking? So it's a skill. It's the same way you can learn about ChatGPT, or the same way you can learn about marketing. Networking is also a skill. So you have to understand that it takes a lot of time for you to get to the point. I mean, Musa also said that he used to be scared to talk to people. He used to hate people. So it's just a way to look at, like, he came from that. He learned. He went his way up by learning. This is how I'm going to be networking. Maybe this is going to be my speech when I go talk to someone. So have things ready, right? Just start somewhere. Start by talking to your friends and take your speech on with your friends and see what they say, what they think about. I mean, that's the best possible way to put it. I could go to Musa, like, Musa, tomorrow I'm meeting Elon Musk. I'm gonna imagine you as Elon Musk. So help me out. How should I do this? It's the same way as an exam. It's just a networking. You know what I'm trying to say? It's just to say, it's the best way to put it, right?
Yeah. So no one should feel anxious or should feel overwhelmed when you want to network. And as you know, guys, if you want to network with us, we're open. You're all welcome. Just like, subscribe, follow us.
DM us.
Yeah, DM us. Just come to my personal Instagram or go to Monty's or go to MRD podcast. Whatever you want to learn, if we can help, we're willing to help. And so just come, DM us, and network with us. Yeah. That's how easy it is.
It's not like we haven't done this before.
Yeah.
We've received a lot of messages of the episode we've done before, people asking us for more advice. We replied. We don't want to post people asking us, because I don't think it's fair on them. But then text us. If you want to try it for yourself, text us and see the reply you'll get, because we give our full reply, because as we said, it's a community. We want us to grow together. We want us to grow together, right?
Yeah. So don't feel overwhelmed, don't feel shy, don't feel anxious. If you want to network, it's easy. Just click a button. Yeah, and if you also want people to get this kind of value, don't be selfish. Just share the video with your mom, your dad, with your grandma, with your sugar daddies, sugar mommies. Just do it, man. Yeah, the people are gonna learn something about networking. Yeah, it's very important. So each one teach one. So if you feel like you're gonna share something valuable with other people, why not? It's actually free. Just click the button, man. Share. And if you wanna save this video for future use, just click the save button. Yeah, so that's it. And as you know, guys, if you like this t-shirt that I'm wearing today, actually we got this from our friends from Stepper. You know, as you know, they keep stepping every day, man. This t-shirt is nice, bro.
Look how good it looks on me.
Man, it's crazy, bro. Like the quality, bro. I love the quality. Quality is amazing. You know, this is not like your ordinary Chinese t-shirts, man.
Yeah, man.
This is made from Dubai, bro. Man. So guys, as you know, if you want this t-shirt, just go follow Stepper, keep stepping. We're also gonna put their link down in the description. Yeah, they have nice clothes, man. And what I loved most about this t-shirts, it was the packaging. Apart from the feel, apart from the texture,
the packaging was A1.
The packaging was A1. They even put a special message. They even put stickers that I can use. Yeah, and there were a lot of designs. There were a lot of designs, you know. I actually put on the white tee the other day. Man, it's amazing. It's very, 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 very nice. Like you'll feel it. This is like very, very nice quality, and it's very affordable, man.
Keep stepping.
Yeah, let's keep stepping, man.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We shall see you guys in the next episode.